what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy the positive side of the portal, right? The transfer, like something that, again, I do think is kind of the root of all evil in college football in some ways. The unlimited transfers. Not the ability to go once and then maybe twice as a graduate, but like the unlimited, the free agency twice a year, all of that sort of stuff. It's where a lot of the kind of more upsetting situations come about. But like anything else in life, just because there's bad doesn't mean there can't be good. And I want to give credit to Hunt Palmer. LouisianaSports.net. Hunt continues to churn out bangers, and this latest one has to do with AJ Haulcy. And Jake, I know you'll appreciate this. When you are talking about recruiting in college football and high school football, you're trying to cover an entire country worth of athletes. And although recruiting, like as a system, is shockingly good at finding you.
Yeah.
Right? Like my old man always said that, look, it doesn't matter where you play, they're going to find you. It doesn't matter where you play, they're going to find you. But some people do slip through the cracks. Or some people develop at different rates. And in the past, let's say you're a guy who matured later, or let's say you're a guy that for whatever reason just didn't get the respect or the recognition that you objectively deserved. Okay, you go to a small school, you're going to be stuck there the whole time. You don't want to transfer, you lose a year, et cetera, et cetera. Well, in today's age, if you prove you are good, you get upgraded. It's a meritocracy. And how could you not like that? And look at the story of AJ Haulcy. He talked about on AFR feeling passed over in high school, right? He's doing really well.
Yep. After
every game, he'd be checking his phone, see what he was talking about. He had a 3-star rating. He just never really got any offers. New Mexico was the only school consistently calling him.
Yeah.
Until he ends up going to New Mexico. What's he do there? He starts as a freshman. He has 24 tackles in a single game. So then, okay, a little bit more respect. Then he gets to go to Houston. What's he doing in his 2 years at Houston? Big 12 Defensive Newcomer of the Year, first team All Big 12 AP and coaches, honorable mention All-American, led Houston in tackles and interceptions. And so what does he get? Another promotion. Finding his way to LSU. And nowadays, earning more money along the way, which, again, if you do good work, that's what everybody wants, to be promoted, earn more money, all that sort of stuff. But I just love that AJ Haulcy story as a sign of the positive side of the transfer portal, where you allow a guy to find the stage that he deserves to be on.
That is like, you're right. Like, so guys that felt like they were missed coming out of high school, guys like that, like you never really had the opportunity, and maybe you didn't have the opportunity on Sundays to ever really share your talent and have it out on the main stage. And so as you break it down there, it is one of the positives of the transfer portal. Now, there's obviously financial benefit, but just also, wasn't getting a lot of love. Was a 3-star guy. I'm not trying to throw too much shade, but it's New Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's New Mexico.
Right? I mean, so you're playing for a team, a program that hasn't had a lot of success. Shout out Brian Urlacher.
Go Lobos.
But you parlay that into stepping up and going from the Mountain West to the Big 12. And then you get to the Big 12, you make the most of that. Now you're going to be playing in the SEC. Now your first game's going to be, prime time, ABC, 7:30 Eastern time kickoff, under the lights, top 5 potential matchup against the Clemson Tigers. And so, like, that is, like, all of that is now what you can do in the transfer portal that you never could do before. Like, you're betting on yourself. You're better than, again, sorry, but you're better than New Mexico.
Yeah.
And you proved that. Now you proved it in another spot. Now it's also going to be another challenge, right?
Yes.
New Mexico's not Houston. Houston's not LSU.
No.
But it sounds like that is something that this player, thrives on, and he kind of invites the challenge of having to show yet again who he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a continuous proving people wrong from the emotions that were evoked in high school when he's checking his phone Saturday morning and he's not getting any of that love. And Guy's abilities, a premier athlete especially who has insane competitiveness, their ability to feel slighted, well, we all know what a kind of internal font of inspiration that can be. And here's the other thing about AJ Haulcy. Great freaking player at a position of need for LSU. Like a massive pickup. Now, I do, the timing of getting in here, getting to know everything, getting to know the system. Like, will he be a starter game one? You think?
I would assume he
talent-wise, you would think, right? Yes, but I mean, he is going to be coming to this thing late. It's probably easier to integrate on the defense than the offense to begin with.
I mean, we all know we're superior.
Yeah,
I mean,
duh. Takes more mental skill. Or mental acumen, physical skill, teamwork to make an offense work. I mean, defense, what is that? Like, see ball, get ball? Duh. Look at me. I'm Vince Wilfork.
Did he go in this gap or that gap?
Yeah, exactly.
You got the ball? Okay, let me hit him.
We're not even two, Gavin. Just put him at a shade and just be like, just take up space.
Yeah.
Fat ass. But yeah, so AJ Haulcy, a cool story and a great player at a position need. Hell of a pickup for the LSU Tigers.
And it could be one of those ones, honestly, that just is the final thing you needed.
It feels that way.
Because we talked a lot about positions of need, and you go get a defensive tackle in the mold that you're looking for this current defense, and you still needed a safety. Because everything you added in the portal in the first window was great. But some of it was lanyard. Some of it was, stuff you already kind of had, but you were adding because it's like, well, look at this player. Like the receiver room is so deep.
Yeah.
But you needed a safety.
Yep.
I felt like you had to have a safety. And then it didn't look like you were going to get one. It's like, man, is that going to be the thing that cost you?
I feel for Houston. And remember, if this happens to LSU, like this, we Bryce Underwooded them, right?
Yeah.
Like they just said, hey, AJ, here's some golden handcuffs. Come on down to Baton Rouge, which again, credit to him. That's a good thing for him personally. But yeah, man, that does suck for Houston after the spring portion of the year, getting your All-American safety poached by LSU because they need the final piece of their puzzle. Rough time. Then again, Houston's doing the same thing in New Mexico, right? And so on and so forth. C'est la vie. Shout out AJ Haulcy. He says, I'm so excited for this season. I agree, man. I agree. It is so, and you're starting to see the national buzz grow. Who was it from 247 the other day talking about he's potentially going in on LSU as his all-in team?
I sent it in the group.
Brad Crawford.
Yep.
Crawford. I don't know anything about Brad Crawford. Besides, I know he's high up at 247.
He likes LSU.
But the point is, like, that is starting to become a similar sentiment. It seems like, and this is why this year is so critical for Brian Kelly, because honestly, Jake, everybody's hesitation from the national guys that I talked to immediately just goes to, but do you believe in Brian Kelly? Which is kind of an interesting thing when you consider where he was thought of when he took the job at LSU versus what's gone on these past few years. But this is the national folks are starting to believe in the Tigers.
And they also change your
now
philosophy
the Tigers got to
too,
fall
though.
through.
You know, I mean, like when they ask that question, you have to also throw it back to them. I understand why you're asking that, but they realized that they were behind. They had deficiencies that before they wouldn't just go completely in the portal and try to fix.
Yeah,
like
they had no money invested last year.
They have a different path to success now. Like they're attacking the portal in a way they've never done before, while also having pieces that you recruited be key pieces. Like a good chance, like the offensive line ends up being a ton of guys that you recruited. Your quarterback, Chris Hilton out at receiver, Caden Dorm at running back, the Weeks brothers. The oldest one actually came as a transfer, but the two younger ones. Yeah,
that's true.
No, you have you have a great mixture. It's not like Florida State, who, last year they tried to go, they were like Leroy Jenkins this thing, and they were a 2-win team. You're not all built through the portal, but you've done a deep dive into the portal to try to supplement what you were missing.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.